Hi all, so welcome to the tutorial. So I hope in previous tutorial I have given you some tasks and you have completed them. So let's go ahead with the plane. So in the our plane context, we created two functions previously. One was how we can represent a plane, how we can draw it, and how we can get a point on a plane. Right? We have done these. Today we will talk about a function in which we will find the intersection between a line and the plane, which is very much important when it comes to the gaming context. So let me draw a plane. So we were representing a plane with a point and two vectors. So let's imagine this is a plane and there is one line which is coming from top to somewhere here. So here let's imagine this is the intersecting point, right? So I am assuming this is a vector A, the point, this is the vector A, this is vector U, this is vector V. Okay, and this is a line B, so I am just pointing it like B, and this will have a vector and I am making it vector UV, I am making vector W. So to represent a point on a line, we already know how we can do that. Let's imagine if I am representing it, so B plus vector W into alpha, right? And I am representing alpha with T. So this will give you this point. But the T is unknown, so we have to find T here, right? So we know the perpendicular vector, right? So can you give me any idea? Like these two vector are there. I do want to find a vector which will be perpendicular to vector u and vector v. We have already covered it. Can you guess that? Yes, so we will find the cross vector. So cross vector, what it will do? It will give you the perpendicular vector which will be perpendicular to vector u and v. So this is the perpendicular vector, right? So the vector, this will be perpendicular vector and we will write it as an vector n. Okay, so we know n. And if I do want to, let's imagine if I am calling this point C, so the vector which will go from A to C, this vector. Let me draw it with yellow color, this vector. So this vector will lie on that plane, this one, and the angle between the yellow vector and that n vector will be again 90-degree. Reason being is these, no, give me a second, draw, this is a plane, right? So this plane is making 90-degree angle with this vector. That means I know like the dot product of any perpendicular vectors is 0. So n vector, and I'm doing the dot product with this vector, so it will be like C minus A. Yes, C minus A. Sorry, so C will be a point, so C minus A, it's not. So C minus A will be equals to 0. And we know like C, the point C is B plus W vector T. So I will just replace C. So n vector, again dot product, and instead of C I will write B plus B plus W is the vector, so W T, T was unknown, right, and minus A equals to 0. So I hope this is pretty much clear. Now B minus A, B, this one minus A. So this will be a vector, right? Because these two are point. So B minus A will be this vector. A to B, it will be a vector. So B minus A, we can, you know, I do want to replace it with a character, but there are very characters, so I will just keep it same. So I will multiplying the dot product. So n dot product with B minus A, okay, plus, again it will be, we will do the dot product with wt. So n dot product with wt, right? Which will be equals to again 0. So the next thing is we know b minus a, we know n, we know w, just t is unknown, right? So what I will do, I will move it from left to right. So I will just remove it from here and will write as n bracket b minus a and will multiply it with minus. So I will just remove this. You understand the point? I'm just moving this from left to right and it will change the sign. And in the last, I'm just writing it down on the top. So t equals to, because we do want to find the t, right? So t will equal to minus n. Again, it will be dot product with b minus a upon again n dot product with w, because this was the unknown. So this will be the t, and so we will just put this point here and it will give you the point C. So you will have the perfect point. So I will just reiterate this thing again if you are unable to understand. So our plane which we were representing with 1 point and 2 vector, right? So this was the way which we were representing our plane, right? Starting point vector A and vector B. So the starting point was A, this was vector U and this was vector V. So this is our plane. There is a line which is starting from B and the vector was W. So this line was, you know, intersecting with plane. I do want to find this point. So to represent some point on the line, we already know the formula, like B plus vector into some alpha. So in this case, alpha is T. Okay. So this is 1. So if I do want to write point C, so C point will be B plus WT. This is our C point. Okay. Next thing is the perpendicular. We want to find a vector which will be perpendicular to these two vectors already. And we know using the cross product we can easily find that vector, because using cross product it will give you a point which will be perpendicular to these two vector or any two vectors. So this will give you n vector. So what I did, I you know, c minus a, we know because this vector and this vector will make the 90-degree angle, and the dot product of 90-degree angle is 0. So n this vector dot product with c minus a, which will give you this vector, will be equals to 0. So I just replace C with this equation B plus WT. So we are replacing it here and I am just opening up now. So one is B minus A into N. So B minus A into N, it's the dot product. Another dot product is N dot W into T. So at the right hand side it was 0. So I just move this to the right hand side. So it become negative. So negative of N vector dot product with B minus A, and at the left we are just remaining with n vector dot product with wt. We do want to find the t, so t is here and it will go to the bottom here, so it will become 9 n vector dot w vector. I hope it makes sense. So let's see how we can implement it in our coding side. So let's start. First we'll will give you a point where line will intersect the plane. So it will be a vector. Reason it will give you a point. So get point while intersecting with line, and it will have a m line include and line. Okay, and it will be a constant. Get point while intersecting with line. Alt enter, generate definition. So the first thing which we did was to to have the vector. So let me draw that thing out quickly. So first we need to calculate a b minus a. B is the starting point of the line and a is the starting point of our vector, sorry, the plane, right? So what I will do will vector vector 2 vector uh, 2 line will give you line dot starting point minus starting point. So we calculated the b minus a. B is this one, starting point of line here, and a is the starting point. So this is done. Next is the end part. So let's do that. For n, so it will be a plane normal. So m vector plane normal is equals to vector a dot cross product vector b. Okay, next is the line alpha. Yeah, give me a second. So we are done with this part. We are done with this part. Yes, we just have to do the dot product that is remaining. But the next part is do the dot product of these two and these two. Okay, so let's do that. So and it was also dividing, so I will line alpha. Alpha was like first we were dividing multiply the plane normal and we were doing the dot product with upper one vector 2 line divided by, in the division we were doing the same plane normal with line. So let's do that. Plane normal dot dot product and it is line dot line vector. Makes sense. And there's one more thing actually. We have to divide it with minus sign because we were changing the position from left to right. So let's do that. So we will just multiply. Just put -1 and it will do the task. So this is the alpha. Now we need to get the point right. So we have to, because when we were writing this c, so c was equals to b plus wt, right? So now we have t. Now we can easily calculate c. We already have written the function. So return line dot get point at alpha. Now we have alpha, so line alpha. Perfect, makes sense. And they will be the constant because we are not changing them. So just write const, and it will give you this return. Perfect. So let's test if it is working fine. So head back to the game mode. So we have already defined one plane in which the starting point was. Okay, let's make it. Okay, the starting point is up in the air. So and it is x-axis, then another one is y-axis. So it is pretty much same. And we will draw a line. So let me let me show you. Give me let me undo everything out so you will have clear picture. So actually we are talking about this particular case. So this will be the plane. So this will be one vector and this will be one vector when we are defining the plane, and this will be the starting area. So when we have to define a line. So let's have an example and we will have the line somewhere in the middle. So we are going from 0 to 500, right? So I will make a line like 250 cross 250 and it will come from up. So it will z value will be like -500 to 500. So let's do that. So have a line line is equals to Line will start from 250, cross 250, cross mine. Let's put Z somewhere up 500. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. We are defining a line here. So the starting point is this will be the starting point. So give me a second. This will be the starting point, comma. The end point will be again same 250, comma 250, comma, and the end point will be minus 500 again. And is this the end point? Yes, true. This is line. I will also draw the line. So draw line, get world, and let's do uh, vector, sorry, const vector line intersect point is equals to plane 1 dot intersect, and this will be the line, and we will draw this. So line intersect dot draw point, and we will draw with some new color, maybe green or something, so it won't collide with other F color green. Perfect. Let's try if it is working fine or not, and we will go through all the equations again if not. Okay, intersect, sorry, okay, I am I have written that spelling incorrectly, so bear it with me. Okay, this is up, so let's play, and you can see it is working perfectly fine. Okay, just to have the visualization better, I will go to the top view, and when we will play, you can see now this first this grid is going till 1000. So and it was, yep, okay. Now to visualize it better, actually, what was that again? We can easily find it like this. Just press the middle mouse button. Here it is 250, and from here to here it is 250. So it is working perfectly. In the perspective mode, we can easily visualize it. Perfect. So I hope you got the concept, like how we have got, the intersection between a plane and line. Let's visualize it in 3D so you will have the better understanding to it if you are unable to understand. So what we did, we actually took this quadrant because this is all positive positive, and imagine instead of 1 2 4 5 it is like 100 200 300 till 500. So I will define a vector. I will just remove everything out, and will add one vector or line which will start from, so it will be like 2.5, 2.5, comma 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and in the Z I will put 10 and minus 10. So this was our scenario, and you can easily visualize it. Okay, same we are doing here. If I will remove this, you know, let me remove this, so you will have the visualization better. Okay, perfect. So this was it for today. Even if you are unable to visualize it better, what you can actually do when we are drawing the plane, draw plane. So here we have given the length. So I will override it actually. So the plane length we will keep to 500. So it will give you the exact scenario of it. So just compile, and we will see how is it looking. Now you can visualize it better. So it is okay. So the point is like, again, we are drawing point. Let me draw it, like all the point at 50-50. Right now it is 200. Compile. Let me stop it. Okay, done. See, it is exactly in between. So I hope this makes sense for you and you are able to visualize it better. If you are liking this series, do like and do subscribe, and you can also help me on Patreon. So thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.